What is up, guys? We are live here. Zach Ginn here. And in today's video, I'm going to go over the top 5 secret Propstream lists that you need to be utilizing in your real estate wholesaling business today. So this is pretty exciting, guys. I always love going live in front of you guys and really sharing as much value as I can. So this is going to be a fun one, guys. So if you guys can, remember, before we get into it, you guys need to know you need to smash that like button and subscribe to get the best value from me. Again, guys, my sole mission here on this YouTube channel is to help you make your first $100,000 in real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. And that is my goal here on this YouTube channel. So hopefully I can help you guys out so much here. So let's get into it, guys. So what are my top 5 secret Propstream lists? And what I'm going to do is reveal them. And I'm also going to hold them live for you. So if you guys want, comment below what market you're in. And if I know what market you're in, I'll actually pull that list for you and show you how I'll do it in your personal market. We'll try to make it as niched out in your market as possible to pull these secret lists. So it's pretty exciting here. So really quickly here, what is Propstream, aka listrei.com? Listrei.com is basically a software we use to actually pull motivated seller information. So we can pull all the lists that we want. We can do like high equity lists. We can actually pull like properties that are off the market, failed listings. It's a really cool one. I use it for comping, but really in this video, we're just going to show you actually how to pull it. And the cool part about listrei.com is you get a 7-day free trial to it. So you can try it out all for free. And you can actually pull stuff for it. There's a free Drawing for Dollars app, all that fun stuff on there. But it's pretty cool. So let's get into it and let's start breaking it down. But I just need to know, guys, what market you're in, and we'll start pulling stuff from there. So without further ado, let's get going. But guys, we are live here. So let's start pulling this stuff up right here and let's get it going. So really quickly, let's bring it up. So the first secret Propstream list. Now, this is going to be the least secretive list. I think this is a list that a lot of people talk about, but they don't really do, or it's talked about half. So what I mean here is everyone talks about vacants, but my first secret list here is the high equity vacant list. Now, you might be screaming at the screen here, like, what do you mean high equity vacant list? Like, what is that? So vacant properties are basically properties that the USPS, United States Postal Service, has actually deemed as no one's living in the property. They got the little green slip in there. And somehow Propstream, listrei.com, is able to actually pull this information out. So it's pretty cool. So let's go over here. We're getting some comments here. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. We got El Paso, Columbus. So let's do Columbus, Ohio in here. Raphael is the first comment on here. Well, technically, Snotty flips here. Zach, I'm here, man. Let's make it better today than yesterday. I absolutely cannot agree more. So let's get it going. So let's pull the high equity vacant list here. Now, why do I like high equity vacants over vacants? Now, vacant lists are amazing, but we want to make sure it's high equity on there because, first of all, vacant is a huge, it's snap of the finger. Like, vacants are absolutely amazing. But if they have equity and a lot of it, it makes it even better and it makes them even more motivated. So it's not the most secretive list out there. This is, I got 4 more like top secret Propstream ones. This is the least secretive one. So that's why I wanted to push this one first. We're going to try to get the live stream kind of warmed up here for everyone hopping on. So let me share my screen here and listrei.com, start pulling it live. So pretty exciting here. All right, let's start popping it up here. So, all right, you guys can see it, right? Why is the bags riches on there? It's always on there. All right, that's better. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go to Columbus, Ohio, and let's get it going. Columbus, Ohio. So I'm going to show you my exact filtering I do when it comes to a high equity vacant list. So let's just confirm. Let's clear everything out just so, because we did pull our marketing list yesterday. So we did one for about 2 months. So we actually did a lot of marketing for our own personal business and for the virtual stuff. So right now it says 273,765 leads. That's a lot of leads. So we want to filter some stuff out. So most people in Propstream, what they do is they just go to vacant here, click it, and they're like, okay, we're done. And this is not good. You want to be doing this. So these are just vacant properties. No one's living in them, and they're just amazing deals. So we're not going to do that. So we're going to click that one more time to get out of it. Nope. All right. Looks like we got to clear it out. Go back in. And what we're going to do is the high equity one. So we're just going to go here, filter. This is my bread and butter on the filtering side. This is how we can shift, wasting 5,000 high vacant leads into very motivated ones on getting that thing to maybe 500 to 1,000 for like a really niched out cold calling list or an SMS cold calling list for something like that. So let's get it popped up here. So filtering, we're going to click filter here. And this is where we're going to get in. So owner occupied, yes or no, or any. I'm going to put any. The property, we want to make sure it's vacant. So the occupancy, we're going to make sure we're going to click vacant here. And that pops up that same 5,000. So what am I doing differently here? So we're going to go to property characteristics. And this can be very specific to you. I hate wasting money on just stupid things. That's the only way I could really explain it. So like a bad SMS campaign or just wasting extra money on skip tracing, I don't want to do that. So what I personally like to do is I like to keep it to properties that I actually want to wholesale. I'm not here to wholesale office properties or commercial, or really, we really didn't even want to get into like agricultural or recreational right now. We want to keep it strictly residential for now. And that's only going to pop off like 2,000 properties. So that's pretty good. And then property types, I'm a little different. So lately I used to say no condos or townhouses. I was like, nah, none of those. But lately, I mean, I just recorded a couple vlogs of a couple condo deals. And if they actually ended up like the HUDs come through, they will be like over 40K. Like they're going to be insane. And they're condos. So lately I've been doing condos. It's been really good for us, especially on the northern part of our markets. And the western ones. So condos, I'm going to keep them. So I don't know how condos work too well, but I like just keep it there. Multifamily. I do like to keep multifamily for me. Wholesaling wise, I'd probably get rid of the 5+. So 2 to 4, but I'm going to keep the 5 just because we actually like to look at those. So it's probably going to stay the same. I just do that just to, make sure that my mind's right on there, but usually get rid of the 5s on there. But yeah. And remember guys, this is live. So if you have a question about a high equity vacant list, comment it below and I'll pop it up. So some quick comments here, just so I can prove that I'm live here. We've got some people saying, what's up? What's up? What's up, guys? What's up? Peace fam. What's up? Yep. Got a haircut. Love it. Makes a lot clearer. Go on the process. Thank you. So let me know what questions you have specifically with this and we'll get it going. So right here, we're going to go bedrooms, baths. I don't really like to mess with this too much. I know some people have been really just saying the year built, it's very important. Nothing built after 2010. And I used to be in that mindset until I started wholesaling properties in like 2015, like year built 2015, 2016. So I keep year built really nothing. I don't do it. HOAs, I like to include them. And MLS status. So I clicked MLS status right here. We're going to put, no, we don't want any properties that are on the market right now because that will be a huge one when you're dealing with properties. So like 100 right there, $100 times 10 cents a skip. I mean, it's like $10 right there you saved. I mean, when you got no money, it goes a very long way. I've been there. I understand that. So we're going to do the none there. Pre-foreclosure bank owned. I don't really do much in there. So skip it. And then years of ownership. I'd like to keep it at least 2. That's what I'd be right now. The market's so high right now. I used to be at 3 or 4, but right now 2 is kind of where we want to be at if you really want to get the really right types. Now, owner type, I'm in Florida, which is God's waiting room. So there's a lot of older people there. And I love the elderly people here in Florida, but it's a lot of older people. And there's a lot of probates going on in Florida, and a lot of properties are being done very smartly with taxes and the airships of properties. They've actually put them in trusts. So we wholesale a lot of trusts. So I like to keep trusts. Some people don't like it. Make it your specific thing, what you do. I wholesale properties with trusts, and I'll probably keep them there and mixed. The only thing I don't like to do is corporate-owned properties. It's just corporate-owned properties we just stay away from. So from there, we're going to let the filtering go here. Now we're at 1911. And then how many properties owned, things like that. And we're just going to put any here on the pre-probate side. And then the lien, bankruptcy status. We can do a lot of stuff. Now, remember, guys, if you want to get like super niched out here, tax exempt status gets very, very interesting. We could go after only people who have like disabled or disabled veteran type things. So if you're a veteran and you want to deal with motivated sellers who are veterans, you think it's a really good connection piece, that's something you could do. You deal with senior citizen, religious ones. I mean, there's just so many. You do the welfare exemptions on here. So there's so much exempt status, or even do properties with no exemption status, which probably means it's a rental property. There's so much little things that help you understand it with Propstream that it will just, it's amazing. So that's all I can do. So let's keep popping it up here. And then absentee owner location. We can get out there, out of state, out of county, local. We're just going to keep it regular for now. Lien, bankruptcy, divorce status. We could start like stacking things on top of each other. So if I want to deal with a vacant property, let's say that it's behind on their taxes, we'll probably pop up here as 37 of these properties that are behind on their taxes and the property is just sitting there. It's only 37, but that is a hot list. I would cold call as soon as possible. And really quickly, if you want some free leads, I mean, right here, guys, if you can screenshot it and just take it, I don't mind. These are absolutely amazing ones to do. Like, for example, 638 Robin Hood Avenue, go after it, like, honestly. And the ones like HOA liens, stuff like that. So we can do there, child support, solar liens, utility liens. So we're going to keep it just kind of more general in this list. We're not going to niched out. The next 4 ones we're going to do, we're going to keep it very niched out. Then we do the high equity. So equity has been a weird one just because of how like skyrocketing the prices have been lately. So it's really up to you what equity you want to do. For high equity, I'm going to do let's do 60% and kind of see where we're at on this and see if we have to adjust the numbers accordingly. That's pretty good. So 1,500. I mean, that's as good as you want it. Now, the only thing you want to just basically switch up here is the actual like price of the houses. So right here, we go to not the assessed one, not equity dollars, estimated value. You want the minimum to be at least 20 grand, I would say, in Columbus. And then everything over 500, let's say 450. I'm going to avoid. That'd be the last part of the little niche thing we'll do here. And then 1465 or under 1500. That's a pretty good list I would do. And mortgage info, you can get really specific with it. Second mortgages free and clear, cash buyer type stuff, seller carryback. So 1465 is pretty good. I'll add that to my list and then I'll probably do it from there. So that is the high equity vacant side of this one, an absolute killer one. This is one I'd always recommend. So I think it's a really good one. High equity vacant. It's one of the bigger sides out there, but I think it's actually a pretty good one. So it's interesting. See any questions on this one? Braid Slayer says, oh, okay, so small is cool. I thought it was a numbers game, so you need more leads for you to get a chance. Yes, I do agree. But if you're cold calling, remember, if you do a list of 10,000, so you get 10 different specific niche lists of 1,000 each, that list of 10,000 will beat just a big high equity list of 10,000 every single day of the week. That's kind of where I'm going at from there. Let's see. Love this channel. Never done learning. I love it. I love it. What's up? What's up, guys? How's it going? Thank you guys so much. And let's keep it up. Let's keep it going. So the next one here is going to be, let's pop this off. We're going to talk about this one, is the water shutoff and utility list. I've been screaming forever about this list, and this list has just gotten hotter and hotter ever since I kind of spilled the beans on it, because not a lot of wholesaling gurus, they couldn't make money off of you by talking about this list. So they didn't talk about it. And I was just out there doing well with it. So I decided to spill the beans on this. The water shutoffs or utility liens list, I probably spelled that wrong. I was just writing this really quick. But the water shutoff list is, you can pull it from Propstream, listrei.com, and it's absolutely amazing. One of my favorite lists out there. And they are so motivated. Just remember really quick, your city or county might not shut waters off due to the pandemic. So be very careful with that. But overall, it should do pretty well. So let me go into Propstream really quick and get it done. What I want you guys to do really quick is comment below, what market should I pull the water shutoffs for you? And we'll pull it off right now and see what's going on there. So comment below what market I should pull the water shutoff list. And let's pop it up here. And while we're waiting for a market here, we're going to clear this out. And let's see here. All right, we got Stockton, California. So let's do the water shutoff in Stockton, California. I don't know if Stockton's actually doing that, but we'll find out. Or we got Orlando, second one here. So Stockton, California, pretty big market actually, but California, that's one of the few markets that actually will work there. So let's see here. We got 106,000 houses. So really quickly, if we're going to do that, we're going to go to filter here. And there's a lot of like different quick list choices we can do. But as you see here, water shutoff is not one of them. So it's a secret list that you might not know about. So this is a pretty interesting one. So what we're going to do here is we're actually, let me just make sure this, all right. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go to property characteristics and we just want to redo it again. So we just want to deal with residential properties for now. If you want to deal with the other stuff, you can, but we'll just keep it there, make it pretty quick. MLS status, we're going to do on market. We're going to click no here. Pre-foreclosure, bank owned, we're not going to mess with that. Ownership information, I mean, you can get as specific as you want. When it comes to water shutoffs, I don't even care about length of ownership. So that one I don't really deal with. I like to keep it individual, mixed in trusts, get the corporate out of there. Let that load up. So there's a lot of corporate owned properties. Wow. Okay. And then if you want, you can do number of properties owned as like one max. So you don't want to deal with someone who owns like 4 different houses. They might not be motivated. So it might like switch things up. So just be very careful on that one. But usually when you pull the list and you get rid of duplicates, you can do that also. So this is the lien status, things like that. So the quick target list status, property that has a lien, you can deal with properties that have bankruptcies or going through a divorce, the lien's released, or bankruptcy is dismissed. What I'll do here is go to, basically it's utility lien. That's it. Like simple as that. Utility lien is going to pop off properties that haven't paid their water or haven't actually paid their electric. So it's not technically the water shutoff list, but it's people that aren't paying their electricity or their water. And I'm telling you right now, it's very hard to live in a house when there's no water or electricity. It's possible. It's not my preference. So these people are probably extremely motivated to sell their property. And it's an absolute amazing list that I love it. So that's what I would do there. We're just going to make sure we're all good here. So the next one here is, I mean, the liens there. So you actually also, when you're doing other liens, you can get through like the year of the date here. So estimated value, I don't know Stockton too much. I would say the max might be 650 and the minimum 35. That's my guess. Now, this is a very, very, very niched out list. So equity, we want to make sure the equity is at least, let's say 40% here. You can get down to 30. If you're in Stockton, you could probably do 30. And then you're at 911. Pretty good from there. And then that's it. So valuation, and then boom, 911. Pretty good list. Not the biggest list out there, but it's a pretty decent one. So that's something I would recommend. Alrighty. And the next one here is, what we're going to do is we're going to do with the other liens. So we're going to go pull the secret credit card debt list. That's what I call it. I don't know if it's like a good marketing for me or something, but I call it the credit card debt list. And I think it's a pretty good list. So we've done deals in there. It's really good for SMS for some reason, because if you're behind on your credit card, like if you're behind on your credit card payments, you're probably not going to answer your phone on a cold call. So that is why actually SMS blasting this list would be better than like cold calling it. So I always say cold call, but actually if you SMS blast these lists, this specific like instance, it would actually do really well. So let's get someone commenting below the market they want, and we'll do it. So let's just do Dade County because we got that up right now. And let's get going. Let's do the credit card debt list in Dade County. Another really good secret list we can pop up. So filter everything out. Miami-Dade County. So we're at 918,000. That's a lot. So Miami's a big place. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to filter here. There's a lot of stuff we can do here when it comes to the credit card debt list, but I make it very, very easy. Property characteristics, because Miami's different. We're going to keep it residential and then keep all the multifamily we can on here. Also, I like to click duplex here. And I like to do condos also. Quadplex. And we'll keep it from there. Also, I think you do triplex also. Let me try to find this. Triplex. From there, we're going to go to MLS status. Not on the market. Seems like we got some. Okay. I like to keep condos because they've actually been pretty good for me. So we're going to keep them here. Pre-foreclosure and bank-owned data, we're going to keep that there. Ownership info, make sure. I like to keep it. Depends on the equity. So if we do the higher equity, we don't have to deal with this. So let's deal with that then. And we'll do the lien and bankruptcy divorce status. We don't really deal with too much on this one, except lien type. We're just going to go to other here. And then other here, I'm going to show you what it actually shows. So it's other types of debt. So maybe personal debt or something like that. But most of the time, it's a credit card debt list. So these are absolutely like amazing. So valuation and equity, we want to make sure that it's about 6% equity. Okay, we got 110. So not a lot, but not too bad. Oh, that's growth. Oh, my bad. That's why you guys got to keep me accountable here. Equity's right here. And that pulls out 7,572. It's a pretty decent list. And then when it comes to estimated value, you can actually do by estimated rental income too. But valuation wise, keep it under 600. They're doing like Coral Gables or something crazy. That should pop up about 6,000. Pretty good. And that's it. So what I'm going to show you here is like what's part of the other. So it's technically not specifically all credit card debt lists, but it's multiple ones on there. So from here, we can pop this up. So let's go here to scroll here. So let's click this one really quick. So sorry, Vicente Melendez or Perez. But right here, we could see here that 14597 Southwest 113th Street, Miami, Florida. Looks like a decent property here, saying it's worth $405,000. Pretty cool. Let's go to lien details here and see what kind of lien we got. It's an abstract of judgment, so we're probably going to have to go and look at the actual court filings and actually look at it. If there's any documents on here, no. So what we can do, just go to the Miami-Dade clerk of the court and pop up this case number. I'll actually show it on there. Usually Nicole Binns is in this. So I think it's a creditor that owes them something. So it seems like an individual. So it's a good one to go after there. Another example here. Let's try a random one. See what we can pop off. 340 Northeast 175th Street, North Miami. All righty. This one abstracted. So Richard George, $845. So not a big lien amount, not the biggest thing in the world here. Let's go back one. Try to find one more. So this one in Hialeah. Go lien details here. It says here there's about $27,000 mortgage on here. Public record, about 2,000 lien there. So it might be credit card. It looks like that's the debtor is Angel Calabria. So it looks like a family member. Very interesting. So yeah, that's actually how we're popping up. Usually like tiny little ones there, but they're pretty good. So that's Dade County. So they're pretty interesting. So we'll go to the last one here. And we're getting a question here from Kyle. Do Memphis, Tennessee. All right, we'll do Memphis, Tennessee. And so the last one here. Can you cold call a pre-probate filter home? Yeah, I did cold calling on Tuesday, so we'll probably run it back Tuesday, do some more cold calling, but no, not right now. Raphael says, is it better to get water shutoffs from Propstream or the county? And how often do you pull them? So that's a really good question. If you're doing a lot of virtual wholesaling, it might be better to do It might be better to do the actual water shutoffs from the county because you might get it faster. Now, if you want to pull a bunch and it's very hard to get the water shutoff list, there's some places where you can't. It's probably best to get it straight from the county. And Propstream is just basically pulling it from the county. So it's the best of both worlds. So that's just how you do it on Propstream if you're lazy, more or less. But yeah, that's how I would do it. So I like to get it straight from the county. It's a lot more work. And if you have the time to do it, I would do it. We're asking here, how often does Propstream update the data? I'm pretty sure they do it. I've seen weekly and then I've seen monthly. So I don't know the specifics of it. I obviously don't own it. So if I knew, I would. Austin says we should cold call a live or credit card list. Okay, that's a hard list to cold call. And let me be very specific on this one. Cold calling a credit card list. Guess who is calling these sellers every single day? Probably not a lot of wholesalers, which is really good, but the creditors are calling these people. And guess what they're going to do? Zach, you owe me all this money. You owe me all this money. You owe me all this money. They're going to go crazy. So I'd be very careful because it's just so many creditors, loan sharks going to be calling these people that they're just not going to answer. That's why I recommend SMS, like text blasting for it. Remember, SMSZach.com, you get 500 texts for $1. But if you want to do that, you can do that. But credit card debt list, I recommend, honestly, I would just cold calling would be very tough. Not a lot of answers, and there's going to be a lot of angry people on there. They're just expecting a loan shark, so they probably won't even answer the phone too much. And I've tried these lists, guys. I've done it all. So I'd be very, very careful calling a credit card list, and it would probably get like 4 views, and you guys will all dislike the video. So we're going to keep it on ones that are pretty good. So the last one here, which we'll do Memphis, Tennessee, just because it got requested here. Actually, where is it? There's a little banner thing on here. Actually, no, we got 2 more. My bad. I didn't count to 5 correctly. Vacant land in hot zips. Now, what do I mean by vacant land in hot zips? So let me be extremely specific about this, okay? So vacant land's really good. It's a good niche, but everyone knows how to pull it on Propstream. So what am I doing specifically differently on this one? So vacant land on a hot zip code, which is basically a hot zip code where our builders are actually want to buy. So the niche here is vacant land's kind of, it's a niche in itself, honestly, for wholesaling real estate. But if you want to niche it out even further and find buyers who are willing to buy for an extremely high price in their specific areas that they want to build in, because builders have that little thing in their head that they want to do this specific area, you can do very well. So I'll niche it out in a specific zip code, a hot zip from a builder tells me, for vacant land. And that's what we do. So we'll do Memphis, Tennessee, but we'll do the county. So let me try to remember what the county was. Look at it. Shelby County. Perfect. So we're going to do Shelby County vacant hot zips, and we're going to go here. So I'll do an example. So let's pop Propstream back up here. Have you been watching Cops? No. Love your videos. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So we're going to do Shelby County. We've got 354,000 on there. So we can do Shelby County, or we can do by like specific zip code. So like the 38111 is a hot one. So we can do 38111. Pop that one off. And about 16,000. So let's say that's a hot zip for vacant land. The way I'll do that from there is go to filter here. Literally, we don't have to do much. Property characteristics. Just go to vacant land. And really just make sure the equity is good on there. All right. Equity, I even put like 30%. Like if you got a loan on this, it's not good. So about 813 there. Now you can get very specific on the type of land you want under property types. Do commercial land, like all the type of land. I like to just keep it general. Depends on the zoning on there. And you don't really deal with like ownership info, MLS status, things like that. I mean, just make sure it's off the market. So it got rid of like 3. So not that good, but I mean, not the end of the world. All right. So I think that's it on that specific part. And then ownership info, years of ownership doesn't really mean much to me, like especially specifically on like a piece of this. So 810, that's those are all the vacant land in this specific area on a very niche zip code. And that's probably what I do. If your buyers are saying, Zach, I will buy and build and buy properties from you all cash at the 38111 zip code in like Memphis, go after it. Like we want this. So that's kind of what I do when it comes to the specific vacant land part. When it comes to that, like it's hot, like it's on fire, guys. So we have a vacant land going for $8,000 an acre here in hot zip codes. It's nuts. People are paying it though. That's the thing. Literally, your like wholesale deal is what someone's willing to pay for it. Not how much Zillow says it is. It's how much someone's willing to pay for it. So I 100% agree with that. So let's get some questions here and then we'll do the last one. I want to build some anticipation on it. But Oliver asks, is absentee owner a good list? I'm cold calling the list and not many motivation. Yeah, you're going to have to get through a lot of those to actually get something good going there. So I'd be careful. How do you think the mandatory opt-out feature for text bots will affect it? I think it will. I mean, it'll make SMS harder, but there's so like the ROI in SMS is just so good right now that I don't think it's going to affect it too much. Do you know of any anti-wholesale regulations in Illinois? Yes. You can't wholesale in Illinois. Yeah, I think you can do 1 deal a year. I'm pretty sure that's what again, I'm not a lawyer, CPA, financial advisor, any of that stuff, but that's specifically, I know the rules that they have there, or you have to be a licensed real estate agent to be wholesaling there. So Illinois is not the best there. What contract should I use for double closing, assignment, or purchase agreement? You got to use the purchase agreement. And if you go to www.flipwithrick.com/contract, I'm going to write this in the comments. Let's see here. Basically, all you got to do is go to www.flipwithrick.com/contract. From there is my free wholesaling contract. It actually shows you the purchase and sale agreement on there. And then it'll actually do my free assignment of contract on there, which we've had lawyers, like it works very well. Make sure cash buyers don't screw you out of your deals. So that's what I specifically do. And those are my actual like PSAs I use. And you got to use both for double closing, but you should be good. It's more important about finding the right title company than really anything when it comes to that. So a couple more questions and then we'll start going off of the other ones. So let's see here. Just jumped on, already hit the like. Thank you so much, Tom. YouTube alerts yeah, they kind of are. So I like to schedule these like far in advance so you guys will know. Tom, if you want to just keep in mind, generally speaking, I mean, I got a lot of crazy stuff going in my life right now, but generally speaking, I mean, first of all, this YouTube channel, the Zach Ginn channel and the Flip of the Rick YouTube channel, I mean, they're different YouTube channels, but I stream live on both of them because the Zach Ginn one does more like personal videos for me, like all me wholesaling. Then I get like exclusive like Zach Ginn wholesaling stuff. And then Flip with Rick has some of my stuff on there, the live streams, but has exclusive like Rick Ginn content on there for wholesaling. So you guys should be subscribed to both the Zach Ginn YouTube channel and then the Flip with Rick YouTube channel. But both will have exclusive content from either me or Rick that's not going to be on the other channel. So first of all, let's get that going. So the Zach Ginn YouTube channel has videos Monday through Friday and the lives. And then usually Flip with Rick has a video 7 days a week. So even crazier. But generally, if you're subscribed to both, which I assumed you are, the live streams are going to be Tuesday at 5 p.m., Wednesday, 5 p.m., Thursday, 5 p.m., and then Friday about 6:15. Tomorrow, we're going to do a live. If you're watching this, we're going to do live tomorrow at noon because we've got something crazy going on Friday evening in my personal life. So we're going to probably keep it like noon. But yeah, so last couple questions, and we'll get in the last one here. Should I do my first wholesale deal virtually or in my own backyard? Jerry, what market are you in? It helped me out a lot. Troy says, do you and Rick run the business together? How do y'all split the profits? It's a partnership because I run the business and he kind of does, but it's basically split. I use batch litigator to scrub 116 properties and got nothing. Is that common? Yeah, that's not a lot of properties. How do you go about initiating relationships with real estate agents when you're first starting out? That's a good question here. You got to build rapport and just explain who you are starting out. That'd be my recommendation there. And lastly here, how quickly do you qualify a virtual market? Pretty easy. If you do virtual space flip with Rick on YouTube, I'll show you actually how I'm kind of doing all this stuff, and it'll probably be the best one out there. But quickly qualifying a virtual market, you just want to make sure other wholesalers are doing really good deals there, and it'll probably be good for you to be in that market. And if you're in Pennsylvania, physically do it there. That's a great state to be wholesaling at. So the last one here, guys, I mean, there was a video that just got released, so you might not know about it, but pre-probate. Pre-probate is our secret list here because not a lot of people know how to pull it yet. And it's kind of revolutionary. It's very interesting here on Propstream to do. So if you guys want me to pull the pre-probate list for you, pre-probate list, say that 15 times in a row. What market should I be doing this on Propstream? And let me know, and then we'll get it going. So we'll clear it out and see what market we got here. And we'll keep going here. So we'll see what market we want to do this here. But the pre-probates basically is they're showing people who actually passed away. And before the people actually pull the probates, before the probate even happens, you can actually get a list of that, which is like amazing. So pretty interesting here. So I guess we'll do Hagerstown pre-probates since you won. So yeah, let's go. And then Troy by Playboy. How often do you update your Propstream list? Every week or month, depending on like what a VA does. So let's do Hagerstown. So Hagerstown pre-probate. That's Prince George, right? Let me see. Washington County. Okay, we'll do Washington County. I can't imagine how many Washington counties there are in the United States, but so pre-probate, they're actually like showing deceased records with property owners. Now, I haven't tested enough to 100% be all in on it, but this is a secret list that we've been marketing on, and it's been pretty decent. So you actually get in front of someone before the process gets filed, because usually sometimes like a month or two after. So it's pretty interesting. So remember, guys, like Vincent just asked here, can you explain probate? A probate is when someone unfortunately passes away and they do the court filings to see who is actually getting the property. So if someone's mom dies and they pass away, you got to go through a court process to see who gets the house. Now, you usually have to go through a lengthy, like legal, mumbo jumbo, go through there. Usually you have to file documents, get a probate court to actually go through. But with the pre-probate here is we can actually go and pull these things out. So it's a really good question here. What's the best marketing strategy for probate? A lot of interesting ones here. What we've been doing is actually pulling it and then finding the heirs to it. Usually there'll be an heir associated to it, or we'll actually just mail, and we'll just mail to the house. Our best marketing strategy right now has been mailing to it or door knocking. We've been going after some wins, but really mail right now is the one we're actually testing this out the most on. So that's kind of where we're at. Cold calling a deceased person is probably not the best. So you got to be careful. Now, if you get the heirs or if it's a spouse, cold calling, that might be good if you can get a hold of the spouse or the other owner on the deed. So the pre-probate's pretty good. What is the call like when you're talking to a probate seller since regarding someone that passes away? You don't say, hey, Bree there, I'm calling because I saw your father passed away and I want to buy your house and make a profit wholesaling it. You don't say that. You say, hey, Bree, this is Zach. I actually look at your property here at 123 Main Street, the father's property. Would that be something you'd be interested in selling? And that's it. Like, you don't be screaming out you're doing that. Like, I'm not going after a credit card debt list and cold calling them, or actually we don't cold call those, but we like have a cold call, like a child support lien list or something like that. Hey, I'm calling you because you're behind on child support and I want to, buy your property for cash. You don't say that. So what we're going to do here, go to pre-probate, and we're going to do Washington County. Washington wrong. like a bozo. We're going to go here. We got 550, basically 60,000. That's pretty good. And all we got to do here is go to filter here, quick list choice, scroll all the way down here to pre-probate, deceased owners. And we're probably about 1,400 here. So just do quick property characteristics. We're going to residential here. MLS status, no. Ownership info. Length of ownership doesn't matter if someone's a deceased property, so it probably won't even matter. Individual, corporate trust. I like to keep it all, but we'll get rid of corporate. Liens, it doesn't matter for me. And then the equity, I like to keep the equity pretty low, like 40%. Then the value, I like to keep it, if you're in that county, I'd do 500K. I mean, that really should be like, it's nothing crazy. You can do open mortgages, stuff like that, but really that's it. And if you want to click something like here and kind of do some more research on it, it's pretty interesting what you can actually pop up here. Oh shoot. Can't see my screen. All right, let's run that back really quickly. Let me do this really quick. Sorry guys. So clear all, go here, Washington County. Filter, quick list choice, pre-probate, property characteristics, residential, MLS status, not on the market. Ownership, I don't do length of ownership because, I mean, the person already passed away. No liens really quick, and then we'll just do estimated value $30,000 to 500. And equity about 40%. I'm just making sure we're good here. So that should be it. And then you guys share my screen so you can see it. So thanks for doing the comment there, but oh my gosh. And then we'll go back to this property here and kind of look at it. So it sees here Thomas J. Campbell unfortunately passed away, and their mailing address is at Nolan Drive here. So what you got to do here is, we can't SMS blast this list or text it or call it. So we're probably gonna do some mail here, or we might actually knock on the door, or leave a sticky note there at the property, and that might be the best way to get a hold of these people. Or we can actually try to find the actual heirs to the property. Might be a little more difficult here, but it's not going to show us. It just says the person's deceased, so it won't show the heirs on it until the probate's filed. That's why we like to do it actually at the probate. That's why it's best to actually just go. That's why we'll still pull probates from the courthouse, because it'll show me the heirs. This one's a little more difficult, but we might be able to do some direct mail on it and go from there. So you just got to be very careful. And it just lets us pull it at a mass scale, which makes things a lot easier, trust me. So unless you're doing stuff at a mass scale, or you're willing to do just put sticky notes at a house, it's probably not the greatest one out there, but it's just another secret list that not a lot of people know to do. It should be like a tool belt, like a notch in your tool belt there, like Batman. Like you got another gadget you can use. So that's it, guys. Let's do some other quick questions here. I shared my screen here. Yes, you can free people search it, but remember, it'll pop up the person that passed away probably. So you got to be careful, but yes, that's another one. It's very interesting to do. You demand, Zach. Thank you so much, Ian. I appreciate it. Any advice for starting a wholesale business with a partner trying to go virtual but need guidance? Make sure if you're doing a partnership that the other partner can help you in the part of business that you can't do well. So make sure maybe someone's an integrator, someone's really good at visionary stuff. That's probably what I do. Someone's a good acquisitions person, and then the other person may be good at marketing and dispo. So, all right, guys. So I see the comments here, but yeah, guys, that is actually my like special like secret list here for Propstream. Hopefully this helped you guys out. If it did, remember, smash that like button and subscribe. And remember, if you guys want a 7-day free trial to listrei.com, 7 days free, go to listrei.com, listrei.com, listrei.com. So that's it, guys. Remember, smash that like button, subscribe, share this. Let's get it going, guys. And remember, I'm doing a live tomorrow. So every Friday we do a live, usually at 6:15, but it's going to be at noon tomorrow. So get your calendars out if you want to go watch this. I mean, some of you guys just watch every single one, which I'm deeply like blessed. So if you guys want, you can hop on there and we can talk about it. It'd be a Q&A, but we're going to talk about comping and ARV. So it'd be pretty fun to do. So I appreciate it, guys. If you got any value, smash that like button and subscribe. Remember, go to listrei.com and I'll see you guys on the next video.